Hello. Is this thing on? Hello, hello. Hello. Hey, everybody. Is this thing on? Hello, hello. There we go. What is going on, everybody? JBuck Live. Do. We are about to start. And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JBuck Studios, JBuck Live. Live on YouTube, live on TikTok. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're having a good evening. We're just hanging out. A classic Q&A. Hopefully I put that on there. I don't know what we're doing. So yeah, basically, if you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. We're going to just hang out, answer your guys' questions. If you are live on YouTube, I will bring your questions up. If you're live here on TikTok, I will answer and call yours out. But if you want some more visuals to your experience, I guess, over on TikTok, you can go follow me or subscribe to my YouTube channel, JBuck Studios. It is the link in the bio. Do it, people. Do it. We got people over on YouTube already, the classic crowd of people. Mr. I-100, what is going on, sir? And then Jacob, Anders Reviews. What's up, Jared? What's going on, Jacob? Hopefully this is your chill stream to get you prepped for your own show and whatnot. Yeah. So I should have honestly invited some people over for this live stream because it's just going to be me answering questions about myself as always. So if you have any movie questions, any crazy questions, want to find out what the best Saturday morning cereal is, or the best Saturday morning cartoon, let me know in the chat because I just want to talk about random stuff, random nonsensical stuff. And I will say, while I'm waiting for some questions to roll in from all of you, this weekend into early next week, I will be on vacation. I will still be trying to do some content for YouTube. I'm trying to prep some stuff. And then obviously over on TikTok, I will be doing videos as well. Yeah, I think this weekend, though, for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it'll be a little bit different. I think I'm going to have Nolan, friend of the channel, NPA. We're probably gonna sit down and maybe do a recap of the episode 5. There will probably not be your usual reaction over on YouTube though because of time. I won't have time editing essentially. So yeah, there we go. Hey, we got some people over on TikTok. We have Dark TikToks too. What's going on? And then we have DQ636. What is going on, sir or madam? Thank you so much for stopping by. Again, if you guys have questions, throw them in there and I'll answer them. If you have movie questions, if you want to talk about theories, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, any new movies that are coming up, because movies are getting back to essentially regular kind of movie going experience and stuff like that. Let's see, Wedge is asking, and hold on a second. I think one of these cords is tangled. What the heck? What cord am I going for? Here we go. There we go. Maybe I'm a little washed out, but who cares? Wedge over on TikTok is asking, going anywhere fun for vacation? I cannot specifically give you where I'm going. I think that I would have people stalking me, people hunting me down, but I'm going to Texas. I'm going to visit my sister and her boyfriend or friend of the channel, NPA, Nolan, if you know him. So I will be going to Texas, essentially. Hopefully nice, newer weather, or not newer, warmer weather. I need a vacation, basically. But we got some questions rolling in already. We have Jacob Anders over on YouTube asking, you gonna see the new Mortal Kombat in advance of its release? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed I'm going to be able to see Mortal Kombat. I know they moved it back a week, and I've reached out to my reps. I've reached out to some people in high places, and we will see if I get an early screener of that movie. I'm looking forward to it. Even if I don't get an early screener, I'm gonna see that movie. I'm gonna check it out. I'm really excited for Mortal Kombat because, again, it looks like it's going back to, or not going back, it's sticking on with the kind of vibe or the feel of the latest video games, where it's getting a little bit more gritty. I mean, it looks like the characters are going to be a lot more fleshed out. I'm curious, though, if they're going to, the new character that they add in, the kind of new main character that they're adding in, if he is going to be one that's going to really shine through, or is he essentially the audience as a character making his way through the movies and whatnot. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to it. Okay, Jacob is saying it's a prequel to the tournament. So there we go. Jacob, you got the inside scoop, man. You know all of the you know everything about what's going on in that Mortal Kombat movie. So good stuff. We got one comment over on TikTok. JJ Memes, day one, commenting on every video on my FYP until I'm TikTok famous for no reason. There he goes. May I have a shout out on your account? I understand if you don't do that. Well, JJ Memes is trying to become TikTok famous right there. So people, if you want to get in on the ground floor, there you go. Let's see here. Mr. I-100 is saying, thoughts on the Arclight cinemas closing in LA? Yeah, I believe that it's not only in LA, but I think it's all of the Arclights in general. And this has been happening, obviously, you know, over the last year. Movie theaters have been up and down, you know, the stock prices, whether they're going to go bankrupt or not. And I think it's a thing where it unfortunately comes down to business, you know, how they're running this thing and whether or not they're going to make enough monies to sustain that. And I've seen a lot of people essentially coming out, essentially posting memes like, you know, Back to the Future, like save the clock tower, but instead it's save the Arclight. So we'll see if somehow people can sign petitions or get that to be saved. I personally have never been there, but I do know that it's a very iconic movie theater that a lot of people go to. I mean, it's been in a handful of movies as well. I just hope it's a thing that, you know, once someone says that it's going away, that's when everyone cares. I hope that people actually care and want that movie theater to still be around and whatnot. It's just, it does sound like it's a shame because I know that, again, people go to that movie theater all the time for that iconic experience and stuff like that. But it really comes down to business, sales, all of that mumbo jumbo and whatnot. Mr. Dan Jensen is in the chat. Not to brag, but I'm seeing Mortal Kombat with CC Stringer, Melina present. Oh man. Okay, I am bragging. Well, Mr. Dan, you always have the inside scoops. You're always going to interesting screenings, going to hang out with some really cool other YouTube creators that I just know you love going to the movies with and whatnot. But I will say I'm very jealous because I do want to see that movie as soon as possible. I'm curious when you are seeing it though. And then also I am very jealous of your, or not jealous, I'll say envious of your last live stream. Again, I had some technical difficulties that I could not stick around for, but Dan, that What Do You Dub, or What the Dub, or whatever the heck that game is called, I am probably going to steal it, just like I steal everything from you, so stay tuned for that. I think it'd be fun, Dan, if we somehow got on a stream together, and we were like kind of the co-hosts of it. And again, this is me trying to steal all of your thunder because I had such a fun time playing the handful of ones that I played. The time always kept running out. So there we go. Again, over on TikTok, if you guys have questions, don't be shy. Throw those questions into the chat and we will talk about them. We'll answer them, all sorts of stuff. Jacob Anders as well over on YouTube. You think Spider-Man and Venom 2 are going to get pushed to 2022 because of the Sony Netflix deal? Ooh, I mean, what are the release dates for those two right now? Because I am under the impression that Venom 2 is already, Venom 2 is already in 2022, I believe. And then with Spider-Man coming out in December, I could see potentially depending on how the summer movie season goes, whether or not, these summer blockbusters make a bunch of money and whatnot, I could see Spider-Man being delayed. And then if so, if those two movies fall in that 2022 deal where Sony made obviously Sony gets uh, all of the Sony, or Netflix gets all of the Sony movies, I think that that'll be huge for them. So I personally think that they could, yeah, I do. I do think that both of those will make that 2022 window, therefore falling onto Netflix, which again is a smart thing on Sony's part, because there's too many streaming platforms already. I'm kind of like, almost streaming platforms are now turning into television. Like it's channels now. It's basically, hey, I have 18 channels now, which is 18 streaming services, and I have to search through each and every single one of them to find out what the heck I can watch. What they need to do, and maybe it already exists, but have a program that you just turn on your TV and it shows everything that is available for you to watch, because you've already linked all of your streaming services. That right there is a smart idea. Someone go and make that idea right now. If you have $1 million idea, please just put me in, give me like a 0.001%. Felix, what is going on, Felix? We doing trivia again on Sunday. Felix, I am planning on it, so stay tuned for that. But also, I think it's a thing where I will be on vacation, so maybe we might not. Stay tuned, though. So Sunday, stay tuned. Right now, it's a maybe. Maybe. Mr. I-100, have a good time in Texas. Absolutely, I will have a great time for sure. Venom 2 is in September, and Spider-Man is in December. Whoa, wait a minute. What? Venom 2 is in September of this year? How did I... You know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't know any time that there's release dates anymore. Like, 2 weeks from now, I don't know what movies are coming out. 3 weeks from now, I don't know what movies are coming out, because basically my brain taught me over the last year, don't trust release dates because everything's going to move. But if Venom is coming out in September, wow, that changes a lot. Is Morbius in 2022 then? Is that the one that is different? The one that's delayed? I'm a little curious about that. Hey, what's going on? Epic Troll 690. What is going on? Both are around the end of this yearish, so yeah, there we go. Dan is saying, haha, I got the idea of you doing Quiplash, so it's fair. Also seeing Mortal Kombat on the 21st with CC is doing a Q&A before the screening. Should be fun. So there you go, people. If you want to hear some kind of inside scoop, some maybe behind-the-scenes movie making from Mr. Dan Jensen, I'm sure he will talk about it maybe before or during his review for Mortal Kombat, or in one of his awesome live streams. I am doing well, Epic Troll. And then Jordan Lynn, I'm so excited for Venom 2. Yeah, Venom 2 is one that, Venom 1 somehow made a ton of money. No one knows how. Almost made, I think it was almost $1 million. I think it was like 900 million worldwide, almost $1 billion. I just want to see Carnage. That's basically the one thing I want to see. Woody Harrelson lose the red clown wig. I just want to see Mr. Carnage, man, just ripping apart the movie, ripping apart all of the characters, and we'll see how Venom is as a character. Are they going to switch him up? Are they going to make him different from essentially the Venom in the first movie with Eddie and everything like that? Mr. Art Wishwood. There we go, Art. What's going on, sir? Hopefully you're having a good evening. When are you going to do your Halloween franchise reactions? So it's a toss-up right now on what franchise I'm going to do next. It's between Paranormal Activity, Final Destination, or the Halloween franchise, or maybe some random one-offs in there as well. Personally, for Halloween, I'm wondering if it might do better if I wait until it's about October, September time, and also around the time that Halloween Kills comes out. So that one I might be pushing off and waiting a little bit for that franchise, because also, how many Halloween movies are there? Are there like 6 or 7? And I'm curious if they're all worth a reaction or not. So that one I might hold off on. I think Final Destination has been kind of the ones that a lot of people are asking for. So I might do those ones next. I could see Mortal Kombat for free at home. I got HBO Max. Yeah, Epic Troll. That's the good thing about the whole Warner Brothers deal recently, is that all of these movies that are going to the movie theaters and whatnot, you can watch them at home essentially for free. I mean, obviously you are paying for the streaming service, which is what, $15 a month, $16, depending on exactly how much that is. So you can watch all those movies at home for free as many times as you want. So yeah, Mortal Kombat, if you're not worried, or if you are too worried about going out to the movie theaters, just watch it at home. 37 Martin, OMG, hi, remember me? Yes, 37 Martin, I do remember you. Your name keeps popping up, liking my videos, commenting on my videos. Thank you so much for that. Jacob Anders is saying, I think Netflix should make a Spider-Man TV show with Tom Holland in 2022. Oh, man. Okay, let's break this down. Who would want to see that series? Because I guess I'm curious, do they have him contractually obligated to do more Spider-Man movies? If not, I'm wondering if with the success of WandaVision and now Falcon and the Winter Soldier and obviously Loki, I'm assuming, again, maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself, I think that some of these characters, they want to see them fleshed out a little bit more. You know, the Marvel Netflix series were really good for that time and whatnot, but now we're bringing in actual characters from the MCU, from the movie cinematic universes into these TV shows. It not only gives these streaming services notoriety and kind of, you know, like, oh, wow, they are doing something cool there, but it could really, you know, like you're saying, give us a Tom Holland Spider-Man series. I don't know if it would be ready by 2022. I don't know what kind of restrictions there are for COVID and whatnot, but also how long it would take to actually like develop and film and edit and put together a series for that. But I could see that happening if they want to broaden that Sonyverse essentially and bring in some, you know, smaller characters and then go from there. Dan gets to meet Melina. I want to touch him. Ew, gross. Aha, ew, costume. Let's see here. Yeah, the movies that are coming to Netflix next year are Morbius, Uncharted, Bullet Train, and Spider-Verse 2 so far. So honestly, yeah, if you have Netflix, you're cashing in, or not necessarily cashing in, but you are getting your money's worth for sure with these with not only the normal Netflix original content, but now with Sony putting out these movies on that streaming platform, you're going to get huge titles. You're going to get these huge titles of Morbius, Uncharted, Bullet Train, which Mr. I-100, can you let me know what the heck Bullet Train is in the chat? I'm curious on what that movie is. It sounds really cool. Do you remember Tyler Mane from X-Men? I might be meeting him in October. Interesting. Well, Epic Troll, where are you going to meet him? Are you going to meet him at like a con of some sort? Because I know Comic-Con and whatnot, they are doing that all digitally. No. Comic-Con is in real life this year. It's in real person. Interesting. Probably 2023. Yeah, so some people are saying Spider-Man, they might make the series in 2023. I don't know. I could see them potentially announcing it after the release of Spider-Man No Way Home. Maybe after that, they could announce it or something like that. But also, depending on how Spider-Man 3 finishes and depending on how it plays out, I could see them then afterwards, you know, being like, hey, this opens up a whole new universe, maybe a Spider-Verse, and then make a Spider-Verse show, a live-action Spider-Verse, essentially. Marvel Dude over on TikTok. What is going on, Marvel Dude? Hello, how are you doing? And then Springfield, Massachusetts. It's a store that does promos. Called Zombie Hideout. Well, awesome. There you go. Cool stuff. Let's see if we got any more questions. Again, over on TikTok, if you guys have questions for me, questions about anything and everything you want to talk about, shoot me a question in the chat. And then same with YouTube as well. Netflix is going to get all of Sony and Columbia Pictures back catalog. So a whole bunch of shit, which, you know what, Jacob, that is a fantastic thing, because I feel like I fall into just endlessly scrolling on Netflix right now. And it's because there's nothing that's really grabbing my attention, nothing that's really standing out to me. And with them getting that whole back catalog, not only the stuff that's come out in the last like 5 years, but with them going potentially all the way back in their catalog, we're going to get a lot of stuff. And I'm sure it's going to be a thing where with the Sony's and Columbia Pictures backlog, they're going to rotate things through. They're not going to just put everything on there like Disney Plus. They're probably going to rotate things in every other month to keep, one, the people paying for the subscription service, but also to keep you kind of fresh and new for all of the movies dropping on there and whatnot. Hammy, what is going on? Hamish Johansson, is that what you're saying there? WandaVision is better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Currently, yes, I would agree. I think that WandaVision was a complete surprise for myself, and what they are doing with Falcon and the Winter Soldier does feel like it's a little bit clunky, and I think that it's because they had to rewrite and they had to do some things that due to the pandemic, they had to kind of adapt to everything that was going on. So I think that this show right now is hurting because of that. I mean, WandaVision a little bit, I was under the impression that it was supposed to be 10 episodes instead of 9, and things just kind of, got all mixed up there. Do you like WandaVision from Marvel Dude? Yes, I do like WandaVision. I really liked it, appreciated it. I think that right there was, it gave me hope for these Marvel series that are coming up. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And cool stuff. Do you consider the Animatrix part of the Matrix trilogy? Well, a Matrix trilogy is 3 movies, because trilogy means 3. But Animatrix, I would say that it's part of the world, part of the lore. I have actually not seen that one. Someone tried to persuade me to watch the Animatrix. Maybe I'll do a reaction to it. But I know that when they were doing the Matrix, I had read something that they were originally trying to make like the Matrix from the comics to the Animatrix, to the video games, and so forth, all one cohesive world where you'd have to watch certain things and it'd connect with the other things. And that's how, that's the video game. Or, no. Matrix Reloaded, the movie, when it came out in the theaters, the billboards on the highway scene actually had cheat codes that you could use in the video game that later came out, I think, on PlayStation 2, like Into the Matrix or something like that. And you could use the cheat codes to unlock certain costumes and powers and whatnot like that. But then when the game or when the movie came out on home release, they actually re-edited it and took out all of the codes and whatnot. So, I mean, if you were able to see that movie in the movie theater and caught those codes, that's a unique experience for you. Hey, Kristen Diaz, thank you so much for sharing the live video. Do you do reactions to any movies? 37 Martin, yes, I do. I do reactions to a handful of movies. I've been starting that over on my YouTube channel, a longer form content, obviously. So it's usually right now a lot of horror focused movies and whatnot. So if you like longer form content and more of my stuff, jump over to my YouTube channel. It is JBuck Studios, and the link is in my profile. So please and thank you. Let's see here. Jacob Anders over on YouTube. Who is the most interesting character in Falcon and the Winter Soldier in your opinion? I find John Walker to be the most interesting. Well, it's so funny because the show is called Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and personally, I think that they are the weakest of all of the characters. And it might just because, personally for myself, I'm latching on to new characters. I want new in this world, and a combination of Zemo and John Walker, I think, are some of the most interesting characters. I mean, John Walker is obviously, he is all up in his head. He's a very conflicted type character because of what we've seen from kind of the him before that football kind of interview, I guess, when he went out to the field and all of that, and then had that interview. But then every single episode we've seen him, he's been dealing with just kind of these interesting concepts, with the characters. So John Walker, I think he is by far the most interesting. I mean, people hate him for a reason. There's a reason. And then Zemo, I think Zemo is someone that like we're not supposed to like at all. And personally, I'm loving him in this series, him dancing, him having a great time, him very much kind of really moving forward with his philosophies and whatnot that were in Civil War, of him being like, hey, we don't need super soldiers. We don't want super soldiers. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, if you had to choose between Bucky and Sam, I would say that even Bucky is getting more development than Sam. I mean, Sam had the first episode kind of with the family and, you know, the payments and trying to hold together his career with, you know, essentially no money, but trying to do all of this service and whatnot out of, okay, can you just do this something for me? Can you see I want to hear if there's a discernible difference. I got to skip to this one. Dan threw in a question. Okay. Can you just do something for me? Can you say the word horror and then the word horror? I want to hear if there's a discernible difference. Okay. Horror and horror. Hopefully you got those two. As you know, my job, what I'm trying to do here is speaking. And I am very bad at speaking because someone the other day sent me a message. And when I'm supposed to say volume, like the volume of something, I say volume, like the medicine or the drug. So they were getting really upset that I kept saying volume instead of volume. That's on me. And I can't change it because there's a longer form story about that where I was a child and I could not speak at all. It was really bad. Have you seen Bad Trip on Netflix? Over on TikTok, they're asking me, have you seen Bad Trip on Netflix? And I have. And I personally thought that was one of the worst movies I have seen in the last at least 5 years. I thought it was so poorly structured, so poorly done, and it was so inauthentic because it's supposed to be a hidden camera prank show. But the thing is, these pranks are so ridiculous that they're so ridiculous that these people would the reactions are inauthentic. That's what I'm getting at. It's a manufactured prank show, and it just wasn't funny because, one, it wasn't funny. I'm not a fan of Eric Andre, but also you could easily see through the jokes and the reactions of these real life people. And that's the thing is, how do you not know who Eric Andre is? How do you not know what Tiffany Haddish looks like? These people just obliviously are going and talking to these people like they are everyday strange nobodies. And no, it's not a good movie. It is bad. I guess if someone did like Bad Trip, let me know. But I thought it was honestly just awful. Absolutely terrible. Let's see here. I was interested in Zemo in episode 3, but he didn't have much to do in episode 4. Hopefully he gets more in episode 5. And you're right. Yeah, that's the thing is episode 3 was like very much Zemo heavy. 4, we got some inklings of Zemo, him obviously toying with the group, kind of messing with them, messing with their heads and everything like that. But also we got kind of the conversation of him, you know, questioning a lot of characters and figuring out their motives and whatnot, where he was asking, you know, Sam, would you take the super soldier serum? And he's obviously way against those super soldiers and whatnot. And Sam just without a beat, you know, just says, no, I would not do that. So yeah, Zemo is an interesting character. I think that he's going to be sticking around in the MCU in probably a few shows moving forward, but who knows what and who knows when and everything like that. What made you get into film? Joe Johnson over on TikTok is asking, how did I get into film? Well, I think it's a thing where growing up, I just watched movies all the time. But then, like, I think in college, I slowly started getting back more into movies. And then as an adult, you know, graduating and stuff, you need a hobby. And I basically was going to so many movies every single week the way it was. So I was like, well, why don't you sit down and start talking about it? I mean, I always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I always wanted to talk about film and whatnot. And essentially with, you know, just needing a hobby as an adult, essentially, you know, that's how this whole kind of channel, this whole TikTok, everything essentially got started. Marvel Dude is saying Zemo is the best. Need a whole episode about him and how he got his dance moves. Yeah, break that down. Give me some Zemo dancing for sure. All right. No, it's not you. It's an American. It's the American accent. It makes the two words sound the same because I have the mentality of a 5-year-old. I crack up at the word horror. Yeah, I can't. I got nothing, Dan. I got nothing. Say, have you seen my horror collection? Hey, everyone, have you seen my horror collection? Let me know. I'll show you guys on the next live stream. Why are you laughing over there? Todd Blair, thank you so much for the question. What are your thoughts on Space Jam 2 Big Game Energy or Enemies? I think that Michael Jordan himself will appear as either the main bad guy or a last-minute hero that will join the team. I don't know. Think he'll appear. So I've only watched the trailer like once or twice, and I love what they're doing with the team that's gonna essentially play the Looney Tunes, of them bringing in all of these kind of weird, wacky characters that each have their own powers almost. Like one's like electrical and he's really fast, and then kind of a serpent lady and stuff. It very much reminds me or feels like NBA Street, the first one, and then unlocking all of the special characters with the Abominable Snowman, the Alien, the Magma Man, and a few others thrown in there. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, again, I think it's going to be a thing where nostalgia is going to take over, and hopefully you get that bit of nostalgia, and don't compare it too much against the 90s version, because the 90s version is literally just a kid's cartoon that we love because we grew up with it. But it did have 2 or 3 really banging songs in that one that were really fun. So we'll see if this one has a good soundtrack in it. But then also I think that Michael Jordan will appear as himself as the main bad guy or last-minute team. I've been hearing this rumor recently, and I've been hearing some people say yes, and I've been hearing some people say no. And I think that it would be insane to get him in some capacity in this show or in this movie. That would be the biggest, best kind of cameo and finish to the movie that we could all dream of, because again, it connects it to the original one, and everyone that grew up with the original one that is seeing this next one will literally just be freaking out, yelling, jumping up and down. But I also think that with how the film industry is lately, or within the last few years, it would have been leaked. It would have been leaked from someone on set. It would have been leaked from a behind the scenes footage. I just think that we would already know by now, if Michael Jordan was in Space Jam 2. I mean, believe me, I would love to see that. Even if he's like a motion capture, like you're saying, the main bad guy or something, I think that would be cool. But I just don't think that he's going to be, because I think we'd already know by now. I guess that's what I'm thinking right now. Do you think we should be worried about theories of who the cameo could be on Friday that could lead into a disappointing of how some people were feeling in WandaVision? Yeah, so Mr. I-100 is asking, do you think that everyone should kind of taper your expectations of who this cameo character in episode 5 of Falcon Winter Soldier is going to be? I say yes. I mean, if you are following my TikTok, I've been making some videos recently about just kind of some theories of who might show up and, you know, possible characters that could be this cameo. And one of them that I suggested, and a lot of people are saying that there's a lot of evidence for it, is Justin Hammer. Essentially, the reason so is because he is an award-worthy or award-winning actor, Sam Rockwell, but also he could pop up because Justin Hammer is someone that would very much fall into Madripoor, selling weapons, being this military contractor, but also, I mean, be interested in the super soldier serum, not necessarily for himself, but to like kind of make super soldiers moving forward in the future. That's my biggest guess and the one that makes the most sense. But also they said that it's a character that we haven't seen in the MCU yet. So I don't know. I think just, tape your expectations, go and watch it, enjoy the show for what it is, and then after you've seen this episode, then you can talk about it, because I've seen some people making some really crazy theory videos about who's going to show up and how they're going to show up, and I'm just like, that does not make sense at all. And if so, cool, whatever, but I just think that they're out of control with it. Let's see here. Marvel Dude is saying, I just wish I got to see Zemo in other MCU movies other than Civil War and Falcon. Marvel Dude, I think that he will stick around. I think that he could be a character that we're going to get to see moving forward more and more in the future, because if they are trying to essentially restart the MCU into more of a, grounded sense, because you can't have the world exploding every single other day or in every single movie. With them almost bringing it more to a grounded level with some of these shows, I can see Zemo sticking around for a while and being a bigger piece of the future of the MCU, essentially. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, Dan, I collect horrors. Horror movies. So the new Magic Mike reality show is currently doing a nationwide casting search. Are you going to try? Wait a minute. Whoa. Jacob Anders, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're saying that Magic Mike, the male stripper, the Chip and Dale swinging that dong around, is doing a reality show? Where do I sign up? I want to be on this one. I think out of all of the reality shows, I would do the best on this one. I think I would. We have someone over here in the wings that is very much giving her commentary. She is also saying that I would be the best on this show. Please, someone send me an application. I would like to be on Magic Mike, the reality show. Is there a height limit? That would be my only problem of making it onto the show. If there's a girth limit, though, I am set. All right, that's enough Magic Mike boner talk. Oh, man. All right, Todd Blair, again, coming in here. That's exactly what I'm thinking, man. Like, it's getting close, and Jordan in Jam 2 actually appearing would be a much better, being it hasn't leaked. And now I'm shutting up so I don't jinx anything. No, dude, you're absolutely right, where that's what I want some of these series, or not series, but I want movies not to be, nothing leaked. I don't want spoiled. I don't want them to release a trailer and literally put all of the main characters, all of the final act pieces into it. Like even Godzilla versus Kong, they, again, no spoilers, but they showed who some of the characters, some of the big bads in that movie in the final 2 trailers. And it's kind of like, well, what's the point of going into the movie? You're going to see them fight and whatnot, but if you want any sort of surprise, you're not going to get that in this. And that was... don't do that. So, again, no jinxing. I'm knocking on wood here. Please, Michael Jordan, make it happen. Alex, even though he retracted his message on YouTube, we have the power to bring it up. The cameo is Mephisto. So, people out there, do you think Mephisto will, in fact, show up? And Jacob is saying, yes, it's a real thing. Again, Jacob, send me the application. I want to be on this show. I think I have what it takes. All right, Hamish, I watched the 2 Creed films yesterday. What do you think of them? I enjoy them. Again, I am not the biggest sports movie type person. I'm not really the biggest Rocky fan. I think they are enjoyable. Again, if Seth Ott from the Soco Show is in the chat, he is not going to be happy that I said I'm not the biggest Rocky fan, because he is a huge Rocky fan. But I think Creed was pretty good. I think it's nice that they updated it, again, paying into the movies that came before it, paying homages and whatnot. Plus, it was just, Michael B. Jordan is just kicking ass in those movies. Have you seen Lords of Dogtown with Heath Ledger? Wow, man, you are coming in with some old movies. That was a movie that my buddy always wanted me to watch, and then I think we watched it one summer like 6 times. Lords of Dogtown was like I have no idea why. I think he maybe owned the DVD or recorded it on DirecTV, and we just watched it so much. So Lords of Dogtown, man, I haven't heard that movie come up in a long time, so good on you, sir. Kong vs. Godzilla, Mechagodzilla got leaked because of toys. Yeah, there you go. That's another thing, Marvel dude. The toys. I mean, just leaks in general, behind the scenes, casting, trailers, toys, anything and everything like that. Like, we've already seen what the outfit of Shang-Chi is going to be from toys that have leaked. So, I don't know. I guess if you really, really like movies, you almost have to not feed into movie news and stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. Seth Ott coming in here. Rocky movies are da bomb. And speaking of Seth Ott, I'm gonna plug it right here, people. If you guys like podcasts and you want to add another podcast to your ever-growing, hey, thank you so much for the follow, Lewis. Thank you so much. If you want to add another podcast to your ever-growing catalog, check out the Soco Show, SOCO Show podcast. It's movies, it's TV, it's comedy, it's a bunch of fun games and stuff. It's myself and two of my friends, co-hosts, every single week. We're almost at 200 episodes, so go give us a listen, go give us a try. We're doing some cool stuff over there as well. And then Hamish, thank you so much for following me as well. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Mr. I100 again. Thank you. Again, thank you everyone for the questions over on TikTok and over on YouTube as well. Thank you so much for the questions. Will anybody who's interested to go to the theaters to see Dune, since I heard it might skip the same day premiere and will play exclusively to theaters? Yeah, I know that is one of those Warner Brother ones that they are kind of up in arms. I think it was Legendary who is in control of that one, because they also were in control of Godzilla vs. Kong, but that one did the same day and it worked pretty well. I think Dune is, because I think Denis Villeneuve wants that one to go to the movie theaters. I have a feeling that, Christopher Nolan called him up and said, no, it needs to go to the movie theaters. And that is one that I think I really do want to see in the movie theaters, because I think with that big screen, the big sound, it's going to make that movie that much more impactful. Because I watched Godzilla vs. Kong on my TV, did not do it justice at all. It looked fine, because again, with the 4K upgrade or the streaming of 4K that HBO Max, I guess, updated recently, it looked fine, but I wish I would have seen that on a much bigger screen. Caden is coming in with a theory here. He's saying that the cameo is Storm. Ooh, okay. Caden, please give me any and all evidence you have for that, because I am now very interested to see what the heck you're thinking for Storm, because, I mean, it ties in with Wakanda, it ties in with the mutants, and I know I've said a handful of times that Storm needs to show up in Black Panther 2, and now if you're saying that she would show up in Falcon the Winter Soldier, that would then tie the two together, which would make sense. But I need some proof, I need some evidence. All right. Hey, Jen is in the chat. What is going on, Jen? Hopefully you're doing well and studying is not killing you, because I know you've been doing a lot of work. So switching from the MCU to the DCEU, do you think we'll ever get the haircut? And do you think it's actually better than what we got? Oh, God. I think, Jacob, I've said this a couple times, that I think with releasing the Snyder Cut, I think that opened up this weird Pandora's box of all of these people that got bad movies released being like, no, there's a better cut out there. Like, I made a better cut, but they made edits. Again, you can't have a 4-hour movie in a movie theater right now. It doesn't work. Financially, it doesn't work. Movie theaters need to make money, and they are going to limit how long your movie can be. And that's what happened with the first 2017 one. Essentially, movie theaters are like, make a 2-hour movie so we can make money. I don't think we will ever see the air cut of the Suicide Squad. He wants to give it to us. I don't know. Make him just go home, make him sit in his basement, find all the raw footage that he has, and let him just edit it and, put it out there. I don't think we'll ever see it. Who knows? I mean, if there's enough signatures or HBO Max wants to do another stunt type release and make it exclusive to HBO Max, I can see them maybe doing it. But right now, I think there's like a 2% chance of us actually getting it. Let's see here. Marvel Dude is saying Soups said that Sharon Carter is Mystique from X-Men. I think I've seen that video. Again, I need evidence. I need proof. I don't need outlandish theories of saying this character is this character, because I don't think that that is what they are doing right now. Could be, but I don't think that that's the case. K-Dog82, what is going on, K-Dog? I am doing well. Hopefully you are having a good Taco Tuesday. Who had a taco today? Let me know. I'm hungry. Is Snyder Cut canon? Yes and no. No one really knows because, and again, people on YouTube, this question is coming from TikTok. People are asking, is the Snyder Cut canon? I would say yes and no because, you know, Flash going back in time and whatnot, I think that they're going to somehow connect it with Flashpoint and the Flash movie and bringing in the Michael Keaton Batman and all of these other Batfleck and whatnot. So officially no, but also I think Snyder wants it to be. I don't know. Someone give me more evidence because I feel like I'm just talking in circles because I don't really know. I don't think anyone knows. Yeah. Hey, Tony, Captain Cinema is in the chat. What is going on? Pish Posh, give me outlandish theories. Also, people in the chat, if you're not following that man, go and follow him. He's pumping out content. The producers said that they would love to see this character fight with Thor. Oh, okay. You make a lot of sense there. Lightning, thunder, storm. Oh man, Caden, I might have to steal your theory and make a video because that makes sense. Storm controls weather. Thor is the god of thunder or lightning. That makes sense. Who else? Who else thinks that that's the case? Storm showing up in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If so, who would play Storm? That is the question. Hey, Alex Reader. Hey, buddy, are you excited for the new Fast 9 trailer tomorrow? Yes, I went to the store. I picked up a bunch of Corona. I have been saying family a lot, wearing a really, really tight shirt with baby oil on. I am ready for this trailer. I think there's a cat that's hacking up over there. I think I might have to go save that person. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. I think that that's what Fast 9 has essentially become. It's just complete ridiculousness, and I think that that is what it's going to be. Thank you so much. Snyder Cut isn't canon. It's just Warner Brothers wanting cash. Well, there you go. I mean, hey, it had people sign up for the streaming. Also, thank you. Hello, everyone, and JBuck. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah. I mean, hey, they got people to sign up for their streaming service, so, you know, why not? I think it would work. Or, you know, maybe it did work. Even though, according to their watch time and statistics, not that many people watched the Snyder Cut, and also not that many people even finished it. Again, 4 hours is a pretty hefty time. I'm curious if that metric even includes, you know, watching the first half and then watching the second half in multiple settings. I think it's probably just watching it all the way through, which is, that was a lot to get through. Let's see here. Let's see what you guys on TikTok are saying. Is anything in the DCEU canon at this point? Miko, you are correct. Everything is just up in the air. Who knows if it's going to last and whatnot. And also, hello, thank you for stopping by. Marvel Dude had some tacos with enchiladas. Man, this guy is living the dream, people. What do you think of The American Office? It's my favorite TV show, so be nice. Hamish, I may be, you know, I personally like Parks and Rec way better than The Office, and I don't know if it's people blowing The Office out of proportion and then being like, oh, it's the greatest show ever. I mean, they're very much on the same level. You could have an episode and they're in the same universe, essentially. But Parks and Rec, I just love the characters more. The comedy hit a lot more. And I think that it hit me at the right time. The Office, I've seen a handful of episodes, but I've watched Parks and Rec all the way through. Um, Storm can't fight him, otherwise he'd be Thor. There we go. I'm giving up on where'd that one go? I've given up on when the MCU will introduce the X-Men at this point. Yeah, honestly, it's not going to be for the next 5 years, so just wait on it. What if Halle Berry comes back as Storm for a cameo? That would be wild. That would be crazy. Parks and Rec is definitely better than The Office. There we go. Captain Cinema, spitting facts. Marvel dude as well, agreeing with that as well. Excuse me. How did you really like Urban Legend? Haha. Thoughts on what you liked and didn't. Are you going to watch the final cut? Had to re-ask. Jen, okay, how many Urban Legend movies are there? And are the sequels worth watching? Let me know, because I know that people said don't watch the final I Know What You Did Last Summer movie because it was bad, so I'm not going to watch it. But Urban Legend, I thought, like, honestly, if I would have watched it in the 90s, I would have been terrified and I would have really enjoyed it. But the biggest thing I liked about it was all of the, like, literally the crazy weird, like, the pop rocks and soda, the flashing of the headlights, you know, the someone's under your car and gonna stab you, like, literally all of these crazy urban legends that you heard from a friend of a friend of a friend, essentially being real, or someone reenacting them all as killing people. I thought it was cool. What didn't work is, you know, it's a 90s ridiculous kind of cheesy slasher at times. I mean, the dialogue isn't the best. The kills, the victims, that's what it is. The victims don't use logic, essentially. Blech. I mean, I liked it, but I mean, it falls into that 90s slasher for myself. Sounds like you're getting ready for your Magic Mike audition. Heck yeah, man. I want to be on stage. I want it. There really is 2. Okay, so Urban Legend, there's apparently 2 movies. I don't know. We'll see if I can get around to that one, if it's even worth it or not. Otherwise, I think Final Destination, Paranormal Activity. People are saying Halloween as well. And also, I'm trying to think. I've never seen any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies either. So, I mean, that could be another reaction series as well. I got to meet Rainn Wilson, Dwight, once, and it was awesome. Have you ever met a famous person? I think the only famous person I've met, and it was just like a, hey, what's up? It was before their comedy show, but it was TJ Miller, which, again, you know, back then compared to now, I mean, he's kind of a crazy person now, trying to blow up a train and whatnot. Back then, he was somewhat sane. I think it was like around Deadpool 1-ish. I went to a comedy show in like Nashville, maybe it was, and saw him. I don't know. We went in the wrong door, and essentially it was like backstage, and we got to see him. And he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And we're like, "Hey, we're here to see you." Yeah. Do you think Lupita Nyong'o would play Storm? I don't think so, because Kaden, she is already established as Shuri, unless they switched up the lore somehow, and they also somehow got her to have powers, I guess? I don't know. TJ was part of the beer group I used to belong to. He was okay. Really? Interesting. Well, Captain Cinema, I would love to hear some stories from you, man, because that's pretty interesting. Cool stuff, man. All right. Let's jump back over to YouTube and see what you guys are saying. Anything you are excited for about in May? For me, it's Army of the Dead, Quiet Place 2, and Those Who Wish Me Dead. Mr. I-100, thank you, one, for letting me know what the heck comes out next month, because I am behind. I haven't looked at next month to see what movies are coming out. But Army of the Dead is one that, honestly, it was on my, I think, 2019 most anticipated, and even my 2021 as well. It was that's one I'm really looking forward to. I mean, the trailer today, a zombie tiger, sign me up. I'm looking forward to that. But A Quiet Place 2, I'm looking forward to, which, a funny story, I was 2 days away from seeing A Quiet Place 2 because I was supposed to see it down in Austin. Sean Chandler had an extra spot, and he had invited me along because I was down for South by Southwest. We would have gone and see the movie together. We would have hung out. It would have been cool. But then obviously the whole pandemic happened, and that basically just fell through the cracks. They canceled the screening, and I wasn't able to meet up with him or even go to South by Southwest. And then Those Who Wish Me Dead, I haven't watched the trailer, but is that Angelina Jolie movie, or which one is that one? Because that one looks, I saw snippets of the trailer, and it looked pretty interesting. Let's see here. Jared, important question. I've had a few people ask me for another Blu-ray update, but I know that you hate when people do those. If I was to do one, would you think less of me? Dan, I just have this weird thing, and it's built into me, where I literally do not spend money. And I think when people show off things like, hey, this is my monthly haul, it doesn't click for me. I know that they are popular videos. People love them. People want to know what other people are buying. I don't give a shit. I don't care what people are buying. I don't care what movies people have. And Dan, you know I will think lesser of you, but you're one of my favorite people, so it's okay. I'm still gonna love you, Dan. But yeah, send me the link. Maybe we can. Maybe you can. I don't know. I was thinking something clever. I got nothing. My brain is fried. Alex Ryder, hey pal, new killer toy movie coming out next month called Benny. It should be Benny and the Jets. Benny Loves You, where a stuffed animal kills people. Well, that sounds horrifying. Absolutely disgusting. I don't know why anyone would make that movie, but I don't know. I guess people, if I'm wondering if that isn't the same genre. I don't say. Oh man, okay. I'm sorry. I was reading Dan's comment right there. A new killer toy movie. I don't know. Where's that, Alex? Where is that coming out on? Let me know, sir. Zombie Tiger was also in Zombie Apocalypse from 2011. Yeah, I saw that. Was that Jensen? Yeah, Captain Cinema. Mr. Dan Jensen is over on YouTube right now in the chat. Talking with him. I would say Zoe Kravitz, but she's doing Batman. Yeah, that's true, but I mean, you can jump over and do different superheroes. I don't think that there's a no compete clause, essentially. Jaren Talks Movies, another fellow YouTuber on the TikToks. How are you doing? Really bad, to be honest. You okay? Absolutely not. And your grind is impeccable. Sir, you should see me on the dance floor. The grinding on the dance floor is even more impeccable. And I love to see that. No, you don't want to see that at all. Oh, man, I need a job. That's what I need, people. Mr. Movie Dan Jensen, whatever the hell your profile name is. I don't do it to say, hey, look what I bought. It's more of get into discussions about the flicks. Yeah. No, and again, absolutely agree. Or I totally see your point. And the thing is, physical media is so much better. And like you have all of those shelves, and I'm sure that every one of those movies, you can probably remember a story or a time of when you bought the movie, or a time you went to the movie, or a time you watched the movie. And that is one of the fun things, again, about just nostalgia, but movies in general and whatnot. Actually, maybe we should do a collab. We can discuss each movie purchase, and you can tell me if it was financially wise or not. Dan, that would be a very long video, but I think it would be actually really funny to do. If you were to pick like a handful of movies and I said, no, that was a bad choice, or yes, that was a good choice. Oh, come on. You know Dan wants to share what he got. Yes. And then let's look at TikTok and see what you guys are saying. What if Storm is part of the Dora Milaje? That would make sense. Absolutely. Turn your attention to the center stage for JBuck on MTV's The Grind. Yes, that's either a pole dancing show or I Am Now a Skateboarder, one of the two. Or a pole dancing skateboarder. I think MTV, call me right now. We have ideas over here. And then Jacob saying, wait till he sees Magic Mike and you'll see the grind, Jaren. Jared's got to find his mojo. Yes, Mojo Jojo. Speaking of Mojo Jojo, Powerpuff Girls live action CW. It's coming at you. Soon, yes. When? I have no idea. But it is 9 o'clock. Oh man, I didn't even tell the story. I'll tell the story on the podcast. So if you want to hear a funny story, listen into the Soco Show this week. Again, my podcast with two of my good buddies and co-hosts. We talk about movies, TV, video games, comedy. We do a bunch of jokes and stuff. We do live shows every month. The Soco Show, SOCO. Also, TikTok. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like all of my content. I'm putting out 4, 5, 7 videos every day, depending on how motivated I am. Like me on there. Jump over and check out my YouTube channel, JBuck Studios, for even longer form content. I would appreciate that. And then YouTube, thank you so much for everyone for stopping by and throwing in questions and having a good chat. We will be back next week. Probably I might have Nolan NPA on for another Q&A, so tune in for that. Follow my stuff. I don't know, we got some more videos coming this week. And also, I'm gonna pump this, I'm gonna promote this right now. Mr. Dan Jensen, Movie Talk with Dan Jensen. Go give this guy a subscribe to his channel and follow him, because he not only has a movie coming out soon that he has been working on for a long time, but also he does a fun live show every single weekend where he plays ridiculous games, movie trivia, and all sorts of stuff. So people, go and follow him. If you're on TikTok, go to Movie Talk with Dan Jensen, and then YouTube, you already know where to find him. Go and check him out. I gotta pump up my friends, and that sounded really gross. We gotta get out of here. It is past 9 o'clock. We will see you guys later. Bye-bye.